Hey guys, thought I'd do a short video on a new adventure I'm starting here. I got worms. Red wigglers, to be exact. I didn't do anything too crazy. Sorry, right now I'm just sitting on another bin because I got it underneath the light so that you can see. And hopefully they'll burrow into their new home. They're a little skinny right at the moment. I literally just put them in there about a half hour ago. Sorry, I'm a little shaky. But I didn't do anything too crazy. I got this bin. I put newspaper and cardboard that I, of course, soaked down. And then I did end up buying some of that. And I thought the coco coir, if nothing else, I hear a lot of people use it. I figured it would be familiar. And I did all of that about 2 days before I got the worms. I think I did it the night before I ordered the worms, and the worms were actually not supposed to come until tomorrow or the next day, according to my email, and poof, they showed up today, so they got here quick, which I suppose is good. But on top of the coco coir, I did, as you can see, put just some leaves and stuff. I did have a little bit of compost in my backyard, but I didn't want to introduce any new critters, so I was pretty picky about what I put in. Otherwise, as far as food goes, I don't think you're really supposed to give them a whole lot right off the start. Honestly, I think there's a few peas. I sprinkled a little bit of coffee grounds in there, and that's about it. I don't really think you're supposed to give them a lot off the get-go. And right now I'm just hoping, because I know they get awful curious. So I do have a top to this, but I'm not going to put it in it, or on it. I didn't drill any holes. I've got, well, I'll show you here. All I was going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. And I get a piece of cardboard. Oh, that doesn't fit too snug yet, but. And finally, I see a lot of people just doing that right there. I'll fix that cardboard when I don't have a camera in my hand. I see a lot of people just doing that, and rather than put the lid on, because I figure if I put the lid on, then next time I take the lid off, I'm going to be pulling worms all off of the edges. So I'm kind of trying to avoid that. I got it underneath the light. Otherwise, I got a shelf and an area set up where I can work with them. I don't think they're a whole lot of work. And for those of you that might be asking, why is he doing that? Well, the castings are really good for gardens. Worms themselves are good for the gardens because of the castings and various reasons. But in short, I can feed them for nothing for the most part, because they just eat food scraps and, again, paper scraps. And really it's just about keeping the moisture right, if everything I've seen here on YouTube is correct. Because, mind you, this is my first endeavor, so this will all be new to me. Here, while we're sitting here chatting, there ain't no point in having you stare at cardboard. But it says they'll fatten up over time, within a couple of days. They just need rehydrated. I don't really think you want to mess with them a whole lot, but I will admit I'm probably going to come and check on them just to make sure that the wetness is, well, the moisture is okay and whatnot. Like I said, I made it up a couple of days ahead of time, and it seems to be pretty good. A little bit of the leaves are a little dry on the top, but that's because I haven't had it covered in a second. I can always add a few drops of water or whatnot. I actually did that right off the get-go because they were pretty dry. But we'll see how this turns out. It's not a quick turnaround. I know it's going to be quite a while before I'm actually making castings. So as far as this season goes for my garden, I'm not real anxious because I don't think I'm going to be able to help it out. But looking into the future over the next few years, by next season, I should have a decent amount of castings and whatnot ready for my garden. So if that's something you're interested in, I don't necessarily recommend following my channel because for all I know, I'm going to just show you how to kill 500 worms. I don't know. Hopefully that's not the case. But in short, there are a lot of videos. I would actually recommend, if you were trying to start one of these, that you watch at least a number of videos. That's what I did. And part of the reason I did that is finding people in your climate. That helps. And, well, I know you're not supposed to put meat, dairy. That'll make your bin stink if nothing else. Lemons, they say, or any citrus isn't necessarily good. But for the most part, it sounds like they'll eat just about anything. I only bring that up because watch people that are putting things in that are normal to you, and if it seems like they're eating them, then you'll know that your diet might help. I don't really know what to say there other than, because, for example, I'm not a big coffee drinker, but I know people that are. I can get coffee grounds. The eggshells I plan on grinding up myself because I guess that's really good for them to eat the eggshells to clean them out, so to speak, but they got to be ground down real fine. Rather than buy them, I've watched a few people that, what is it? You just clean them off as you go. I think you had to bake them for a couple hundred, or 200 degrees for a few minutes just to make sure there's no bacteria or anything, and then you just grind them up. We'll see how that works out in the future. But aside from that, it's really all I got for you. If you've got other ways that are helping to keep your garden going, or little ways that can help out around the homestead, so to speak, not that I'm homesteading by any means, but I'm trying to get a little more self-sufficient, so to speak. If you got some tips on how to do so, throw them in the comments. I'm always game to find new ways, and maybe some of the subscribers are. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave this here. As usual, hope everybody's doing well. Hope to talk to you again soon. Take care, guys.